Peace be with you. Assalamu alaikum. We are at the end of our summer course. This episode say the mission of Silsilah and the experience of his members. The Silsilah alumni, martyrs, and the message of Padayon through the experience of different Muslim and Christian members and group promoted by Silsilah from 1984 up to now. It's like a closing, it's a combination of different experience. You will listen. Of course, all the resource speakers of this summer course, they are friends. There are so many friends all around the world, in the Philippines, so we choose some who gave us some points to make us to feel that Silsilah is a family, 37 years of journey with all the difficulties, misunderstanding, but it's a beautiful family of people of different culture, religions, and we hope that everything we have done up to now is for all, to build really this cultural dialogue, this human fraternity is our dream. God bless you and Padayon. Friends, we have a special place, the Silsilah Dialogue Institute. On the back there is a frame with hundreds of signatures of renewal of commitment. In one occasion, when activity in Silsilah had been done with a lot of people. Now we are on this situation. But in spite of this, we have done a lot and we continue to do. I'm happy. With me there is also Maminda, the president of Silsilah. Why I ask her to say a few words before all the others? Because she is the first alumna of the summer course in 1987 when we start. She was one of the first members of Silsilah, one of the first alumna of Silsilah, and after, because of her commitment in many ways, we asked her to become the president.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are here in this stage of the summer course 2021, the last episode, I guess. And this is an opportunity also to share with you how it was when I started to be part of the Silsilah summer course in 1987. Before the Silsilah summer course started, I was a committed member, especially with a group called the Education Formation of the Silsilah Dialogue Movement. And as we know, that Silsilah promotes the culture of dialogue path to peace. This is a journey of education and formation for sustainable and lasting peace. I started with that experience together with Muslims and Christians in 1987. We call the Muslim-Christian Dialogue in that context of the Silsilah summer course. The concept was how to enrich each one of us, Muslims and Christians, of Silsilah members, in terms of understanding our own respective faith, but at the same time sharing the richness of each other's faith through the summer course. We started with 3 weeks in the beginning, but part of this experience, of course, is the immersion and exposure in one of the communities that we have chosen during that time. It is part of the tradition. Talking of immersion and exposure in the context of the Silsilah summer course, it is accepted that it is an immersion together with people in a certain locality or in a certain community. But our experience of the Silsilah summer course, right there where we have to listen together and Muslim Christians together to listen to one speaker, like a Muslim who will present the teachings of Islam, and another speaker, one who will present the teachings of Christianity. Both Muslims and Christian speakers are there, and we participants are Muslims and Christians as well there the immersion exposure started among us, because every time the speakers will give the talk, and then we spend a lot of time to share and to express our experiences, how we are and how we are being transformed through this education formation, the Silsilah summer course.
Dialogue can be articulated in thousands of ways. We are experiencing one way that is the dialogue at the spiritual level. Or spiritual level, we mean dialogue based upon our own faith. The Christians base their dialogue upon their Christian faith. The Muslims base their dialogue experiences upon their faith.
I'm not going to say that that was done by the Muslims. Many Muslims did not agree with this, and many Muslims helped to try and have me freed.
Father Michel Guigord is a French missionary priest teaching at Mindanao State University. While working for Greater Muslim Christian Dialogue, Father Michel was kidnapped twice by Muslim rebels. The first time he spent 3 weeks in captivity, an experience which taught him a new dimension of interreligious dialogue.
It purified my motivation for dialogue. It made dialogue damn real, you know. Well, dialogue is not roses. It's not made of, of roses. There are a lot of thorns for me, a lot. Dialogue is not easy. It has not been easy, and it has not grown easy. It doesn't come easy to me at all. When I hear people who have wonderful experience of dialogue, I experience some kind of jealousy, and I have to struggle against my own self, to try and calm down and try to control the sharpness of my tongue and my mind.
I see the contrast, the conflict, the tensions, the hesitations of many people to be engaged in dialogue. On the other side, I see the joy, the happiness, the commitment.
Surprisingly enough, after the first kidnapping, my desire to continue dialogue grew all the stronger, because I said to myself, if this type of things can happen, all the more we need to continue to talk to one another and to try to analyze why this type of things do happen and how can we try and stop it happening. We have to control the bitterness that there is. We have to control the fear that there is. We have to control sometimes the anger that there is. But to me, it makes dialogue very, very real, very important, very important.
They were happy to know also the reason why we were there. And they appreciate us Christians moving, Christian and Muslim together, responding to their needs and problems during that time.
Minda Sanyos is one of Silsilah's most dynamic leaders. She belongs to a group of Catholic women called the Emmaus Community, exclusively dedicated to promoting interreligious dialogue. Minda is crossing to Santa Cruz Island, where Silsilah has initiated several solidarity programs with the local Muslim community.
Our concern for the people is so great, but sad to say, they misinterpreted our move. They were not so happy with our presence, and this makes me suffer. And there was some nights that I really cried, I cannot accept. Do I have to withdraw? Do I have to stop my dialogue with the grassroots level? But I was challenged. I said no. This must not be the end. It must be just the beginning. Maybe somewhere we failed in the process. What is important for us now is to go back to evaluate again and share again with the people, to consult again and to begin again in spite of that pains and hurts and feelings. But it's not that easy to be rejected. But our attitude is always to be ready and willing to be wounded and to be hurt, even to the point of being humiliated sometimes. as part of our expression of our commitment in dialogue. We take the initiative, but also being attentive and listening. But this is the process. It is a very, very long process, I can tell you. I am looking forward to the time where they can realize the sincerity of the movement working with the poor and being with the poor.
It's you, who build community, it's you, who build community, it's you, who build community, it's you, who build community. Jenny. Roll me over the ocean, roll me over the sea, roll me over the ocean and the deep blue sea. Roll me over the ocean, roll me over the sea, roll me over the ocean and the deep blue sea.
With this attitude of I am in dialogue, it's always my desire to offer what I can. So far this morning, what I've offered is my smile to them.
Basilan is a melting pot of diverse culture and religion. It is one province in a setting that reflects the true description of an island paradise endowed with natural bounties. It has been called by merchants and travelers as an island of hope. IFCL Basilan is an extension of the Silsilah Dialogue Movement and IFCL Zamboanga to have a better access to civic and government entities in the promotion of dialogue and peace in Basilan. On the first day of September in the year 2011, the Interfaith Council of Leaders, IFCL of Basilan, celebrated its first founding anniversary together with the inauguration of the Silsilah Center for Dialogue and Peace. During the event, members of the IFCL Basilan shared their reflection about their feeling of Silsilah's presence in the community. They talked about their individual roles and why it's high time for peace to reign in every heart of the Basileño.
The IFCL Basilan, as an instrument to achieve sustainable peace and prosperity, has a long journey to go. No matter how far, we shall continue to move on with all our efforts, complemented with strong commitment and dedication. IFCL, the Interfaith Council of Leaders, Basilan, shall serve as catalyst in peace building, symbolizing the torch of peace for Basilan.
So, Basilan's main objective really is to educate the women, the Muslim women, because we are also working for peace and development, and I believe peace really begins at home and peace really begins in us.
Bilang isang barangay captain, ang gusto talaga ng mga barangay bilang leader maging may walang gulo yung barangay nila.
One of the important contributions of IFCL Basilan within its first year of existence was the restoration of peace in some barangays like Santa Barbara, Basilan, which had Muslim and Christian conflict.
I am here to support the Interfaith Council of Leaders, and you can expect my 200% support as long as I am able. So it is not only 100%, 200%. And I hope that our desire to work for peace will not only remain in this hall, but we will really go out, and particularly in every home will really be a dwelling place of peace, because all members are concerned to work for peace. Mabuhay ang Interfaith Council of Leaders, mabuhay tayong lahat. God bless.
Being a part of a religious leader in this province, where our religion Islam order us to show cooperation and collaboration toward the whole humanity in general, into our community in particular, we should not ignore our role based on our capability to support our Silsilah dialogue movement, as long as this endeavor will help us to promote peace and development in our province.
Through interfaith dialogues, we can bring about understanding of different religions, which will lead to more tolerance, acceptance of others, and appreciation for all Basileños. I am one of you who believe that it is not religion that is the root cause of our problems here in Basilan and in some parts of the country, but rather the misunderstanding of religion that ends up harassing every one of us.
Guests from IFCL Zamboanga and Silsilah Dialogue Movement joined the celebration to show the solidarity of the members in forwarding dialogue and peace in Basilan.
And with all of these accomplishments, I would like to believe that IFCL Basilan is very, very strong. I congratulate the coordinators and the members of the IFCL. They are, of course, observing, not actually monitoring, but observing how fast, how bold is our IFCL and Basilan moving. And we therefore are very optimistic that in many good days to come and in not so distant future, we shall be able to see accomplishments along the spread of cultural dialogue for peace in this part of the country.
The dream of peace is symbolized by the existence of Silsilah Center for Dialogue and Peace. There is hope for Basilan to be in peace again, and the journey of that dream starts today.
Silsilah Dialogue Movement noong 2007, sumari ako sa isang camp, the SSYC yearly summer camp. I met so many people from different walks of life. And from that moment on, I realized that there's a thing as class struggle, there's a divide among societies, there's a hierarchy, there's what we call poverty, real poverty that I don't experience. So from that moment on, nagkaroon ako ng commitment within me to be different than my siblings, different than my family. Like, I wanted to be better, like be more aware, and be a real change maker. So it started with Silsilah, and until today, I'm still doing it. So thank you, guys.
Yun, 2006, 5th batch ng Culture of Dialogue Pathways. It was a series of seminar workshop na ginagawa ng, I think, yung wala pa akong idea, ng Silpi's Youth Program in collaboration ng Silsilah Dialogue Movement at saka ng Western Mindanao State University. So at that year, kaming last batch, it was headed by Kuya Norbert. So in that short span of activity, I was scared. Kasi first time kong mag-attend ng seminar workshop outside sa school. Because sa high school, hindi naman ako ganun ka-active talaga. So parang for me, it was an unexpected blessing. Kasi hindi ko naman siya in-expect, but it turns out that activity started to change my life already. So after nun, I go to see Silpi's members, ganyan. They just let me show and experience what is the core of Silpi's Youth Program. So parang pina-experience na sa akin until like I got interested and I got already motivated. Na-inspire ako sa works nila. So ayun, nagtuloy-tuloy na until now.
These young people are given much attention through various youth programs to hone their expertise and interest, like media, arts, leadership skills, and even community involvement. The main goal of the group is to advocate the culture of dialogue that binds a peaceful and harmonious society, strengthened by values of collaboration and friendship among young peace leaders.
In this episode, episode 10, we present the Silsilah Forum around the country. In this contest, we are happy to present also a special event. We know that the United Nations in 2010 organized the World Interfaith Harmony Week based on the love of God and the love of neighbor. And Silsilah feel very happy of this initiative and became the convener, starting from Zamboanga, step by step on national level, even bringing this initiative in Manila. And this was so a great moment of unity among the so many people on local level and national level who are committed for dialogue. We present now an event, very special event, the first national gathering of the World Interfaith Harmony Week, done in Zamboanga, in Harmony Village, with Father Chito, with our good friend, a member of Silsilah. We know the terrible experience he tell us, another witnessing from Manila and other part of the country with us. And this gives us the courage to continue the mission of Silsilah.
While I was under the captivity, when we are forced to join them in prayers, I do not have any regret, because after all, before going to prayer, each one must renounce evil. And while praying, they do not pray to anybody except to Allah. And so I said, I have less guilt feelings here, Lord, because we do not, when they pray to no one except to Allah. And before praying, they make a definite promise to avoid Satan and to avoid his temptation. Yeah, I'm still on my commitment, because interreligious dialogue was already part of my person, part of my history. And I was already tested by fire. I got that experience, and I have to complete it, because I know I have greater rewards if I go on in a complete it. So I will not stay away from interreligious dialogue. The more I will make my commitments to them. Possibly, maybe I do not fully know yet, but maybe the Lord let me survive, not only little stories, but to do greater things, like interreligious dialogue. Now I realize that the Lord has taken us as special over any other priest, because they could not experience what I have experienced. And what made me different from before, now I know that the Lord would like to purify me, to recognize the presence of God at all times. And the Lord is saying to me personally, it's not important how did you suffer so much, because I suffered so much. It was the most important thing there is that you could find and realize that the Lord still operates in those hard moments and difficult times. Why the Lord allowed those things to happen, and why it happened to me, and why it happened very unusual. It could not be experienced by any other priest, many other priests. If I survive, that's, I do not know. It's beyond my capacity to understand and be sure. But my belief is the Lord, that's the Lord's program for me. And so on.
conversion proved to be wrong because Silsilah is discovered as beautiful heaven on earth where everyone can walk and live peacefully. It was really a blessing for me to be a part of this movement. This is an ideal place to live and strengthen my spirituality.
The pioneering work of Silsilah or interreligious dialogue is truly inspiring. What can be more noble than building a culture of dialogue as a way of life in promoting peace among communities of various faith traditions in the midst of conflict caused by social injustice and prejudice. May you be blessed with more generous hearts and souls who will commit themselves, their time, their energy to the cause of the foundation. Congratulations on the work you have done in the midst of conflict and divisions. So congratulations to Silsilah Foundation, to Father Seth, Leah Brock, and to all the people who work in the Silsilah program.
The Silsilah Forum Iligan was launched on December 2014. It started as a small group of Christian and Muslim who are graduates from Silsilah summer courses and friends of Silsilah Dialogue Movement and Father Sebastiano de Ambra, leaving out the 4 pillars of dialogue as path to peace, integrating it in places of work and day-to-day lives of its members, bringing the message of peace and unity among Muslims and Christians alike. Silsilah Forum Iligan had conducted activities such as the World Interfaith Harmony Week, the Harmon Chain initiatives, Peace Forum in schools, parishes, Home for the Aged, and the BJMP. During the Marawi Siege, Silsilah Forum Iligan partnered with the Dansalan College alumni through its Dansalan College alumni president and a Silsilah alumna Bea Baikon, giving psychosocial support and relief goods to children and adults affected by the siege. In this trying time, Silsilah Forum Iligan do what it could offer to be in solidarity with those who are greatly affected regardless of tradition, culture, and faith, for Silsilah Iligan believes that there is no other way to peace and healing. Dialogue is the way.
We are in this journey of spreading peace through dialogue, not because we just happen to be completers of the Silsilah Dialogue Movement courses, but because we are chosen to become peace instrument and be in journey with Silsilah Dialogue Movement. This movement, with its vision and mission, taught me to see people, both Muslim, Christian, and other faiths, not by religion, but as brothers and sisters, aiming for that genuine peace, openness, acceptance, love, respect, and live harmoniously with one another. Challenges is everywhere. The fruit of genuine peace lies on a person's effort, commitment despite of obstacles, and desire to continue with passion, even with small things or activities. In this journey of living life and spreading peace in the spirituality of dialogue, I know I am not alone. God, my community, and my commitment to the Silsilah Dialogue Movement is with me.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. I'm Jamila Aisha Sangila, Silsilah Forum Coordinator of Lanao. I started my journey with Silsilah in 2008 and I was invited by Silsilah Forum Cagayan de Oro in its intensive course on Muslim-Christian dialogue. From then on, I got so interested with the mission of Silsilah Dialogue Movement, and so I decided to enroll or to participate in its basic course on Muslim-Christian dialogue in the summer of 2009. And then on June 30 of 2009, me and my former colleagues from the Department of History at Mindanao State University started the Silsilah Forum in Marawi City. So we had several activities like the basic training on Muslim-Christian dialogue, and then other related activities from 2009 to 2011. And then I turned over the forum to one of my colleagues. And so Marawi Siege happened, and to continue what we started in Marawi, Father Seb asked me to relaunch the Silsilah Forum Marawi. So we collaborated with our former partner organizations and other partner religious institutions in the area. And we asked one of our Silsilah alumni to take over the Silsilah Forum Marawi. And during those times, I've also started another Silsilah Forum here in Lanao with a group of Silsilah alumni from Kauswagan. So I and 5 core group members started the forum. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, many of our activities were hampered, and then there were imposition of travel restrictions. There was also unstable peace and order in the area, wherein most of our activities were confined in or shifted in online platform. But we find ways to make small activities possible. Some of our activities were also like maximizing the online platform, wherein we are promoting the culture of dialogue as a path to peace through online lectures, webinars, and like invitation from local schools and other schools like Ateneo and the school in Davao and other schools. I was also invited with partner organization in Manila to speak about Silsilah's mission in promoting the culture of dialogue as a path to peace. And so I'm inviting each and every one of you to join us, to join not only the courses, but be active in your respective Silsilah Forum available in your areas, or you can check our available programs through our website, www.silsilahdialogue.com, and you can see there are a lot of programs that the young individuals, religious sector, men and women could eventually promote dialogue and peace. So with that, thank you and Padayon.
Believe in your heart that you're meant to live a life full of passion, purpose, magic, and miracles. The COVID-19 situation is particularly stressful because it's hard to predict. Our circumstances are changing rapidly. This can leave us feeling powerless. We're no longer in control of our lives. Includes the actions of other people around us. But despite of this situation, in reality, there are still a lot of things we can do even during these trying times. Faith and life are bound together. Faith brings healing and gives back life in both instances. We see Jesus, Allah, magbabaya, compassion and readiness to heal and restore life. Love extends to everyone. Remember the good times. Be strong during these difficult times. Love always, laugh often, and thank God every day. Padayon.
Sharing with you the peace in me, my dear brothers and sisters. I am Alfin Quiriones from the Silsilah Forum Manila. Silsilah Dialogue Movement has always been tireless to give us a glimpse of hope and building a better society that believes that peace is not something out there, but peace is always, starting from within. And this is the reason why we believe in formation, especially in the formation that the Silsilah Dialogue Movement gives to us. The formation that guides people from personal transformation towards social transformation. In our society today, where we experience this pandemic, we come to realize that, those only essentials, and only that matters. And this is where Silsilah comes in, not as an institution in partnership with Quiapo Church, especially in the context here in Manila, in Quiapo, not only as an institution that provides or offers relief goods, but as a spirituality that guides our path going back to God in these most difficult times, believing on His great providence. In my young years being with Silsilah, I am convinced that Silsilah is more than what all the initiatives it has for dialogue and peace. But Silsilah is me. Silsilah is us, and everyone who embrace the same dream and spirituality, believing that we share the same mission to make our loving God known through dialogue. Padayon.
Greetings of peace. Assalamualaikum. I am Amina Mambuay, the coordinator of Silsilah Forum Cagayan de Oro. Silsilah Forum Cagayan de Oro was launched in August 2004, and from then on, Silsilah Forum Cagayan de Oro initiated activities in line with the mission and vision of Silsilah Dialogue Movement. So among the activities initiated by the forum there were 2 intensive courses held here in Cagayan de Oro, and we facilitate immersion activities. The Silsilah Forum Cagayan de Oro serves as the secretariat to the Interfaith Forum for Peace, Harmony, and Solidarity, and in partnership with the Interfaith, we spearheaded the Mindanao Week of Peace celebration, as well as the World Interfaith Harmony Week. Aside from these activities, at times we are also invited to facilitate workshops on culture of dialogue, path to peace, prejudices and biases, nonviolent communication, as resource person also on interreligious dialogue. We are invited by different institutions, and we did some relief assistance during the typhoon, the Marawi siege, and this time during COVID-19, we also share like food and at the same time psychosocial support. In terms of challenges, is during this pandemic, since last year, we did not have any face-to-face meetings, but we had the Zoom online meetings, and still we're having a problem at times because of the slow internet connection, so it's difficult to connect. So these are among the challenges that we met, and also for me personally, I believe that in this journey, not all those who started with you in this journey will go through, especially if they also have their own personal challenges. But for me personally, for as long as I have something to contribute, I will continue sharing the spirituality of Silsilah Dialogue Movement, and that's it. Padayon.
I am Father King Eliasar Peñaranda from the Diocese of Imus, Cavite. I am a Catholic priest and now serving as a parochial vicar at St. Mary Magdalene Parish, Padayon, Cavite. I was still a seminarian when I had the chance to live at the Harmony Village for several months. It was a very good experience because the formation is holistic and concrete. I had no idea about Zamboanga before. To think of Mindanao for me who have no experience on it will lead to many conclusions. The news about Mindanao always focused on violence, kidnapping, and others. So I am really scared at first. But as what I learned from Silsilah, it is very important to name those feelings and impressions and to discover through my own experience if such feelings and impressions are true. Naalala ko po noon, pinroseso pa ako ni Ma'am Minda tungkol sa aking nararamdaman, tungkol sa mga kapatid na Muslim, tungkol sa lugar ng Mindanao. Marami akong ipinangalan na sa tingin ko noon ay ito ang aking pagkakaunawa. Pero inanyayahan niya ako na tingnan at iparana sa aking sarili kung ito bang aking mga pananaw na ito o mga idea ay totoo o kathang-isip lamang o bunga ng sabi-sabi. After several months of living with the people of Mindanao, I can say that most of my negative impressions, feelings and ideas are all not true. People of Mindanao, particularly in Zamboanga, Basilan, and Jolo, are peace-loving people. We cannot deny that there are some groups and individuals that are provoking tensions and misunderstandings, but it will not define the people as a whole. Mahilig ko kasi tayong magbansag o magpakilala ng mga tao sa kabuuan. Pero katulad ng karanasan natin at naranasan ko sa aking buhay, iba-iba naman ang tao. Hindi natin pwedeng i-generalize kung sila ay magkakatribo o sila ay galing sa isang probinsya. Like us in Luzon, they also want to live in peace and harmony. Life in the spirit of dialogue. It is a kind of spirituality that I learned and experienced in Silsilah Dialogue Movement, which I continue to exercise even as a priest. It is a holistic approach that defines what interreligious dialogue is all about. Interreligious dialogue is not a strategy, but a way of life. It is a lifestyle that we have in ourselves 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Dialogue with God, with self, with others, and the rest of His creation. It leads me to a realization that I am in communion. I cannot live alone by myself. I always find myself in communion with others, living for others and work for others. Ngayon pong ako'y pari, nakikita ko ang reality na ito. Hindi ako nabubuhay sa sarili ko. Ang pagkapari ko, lagi kong nakikita sa gitna ng sambayanan na aking pinaglilingkuran. Ang pari ay hindi makapagmimisa para sa kanyang sarili lamang, kundi para sa sambayanan na kanyang pinaglilingkuran at pinatutungkulan ng kanyang mga panalangin. Many people today are suffering from depression and loneliness because they feel that they are alone. But with this spirituality, I am sure that they will discover that they are not alone because we are created as social beings. We only need to open and to go out of ourselves. Now, as a priest, I still carry this experience in my life and sustain me to live my life to the fullest. It is true that we have many experiences of difficulties and hardships, especially during this time of pandemic. But these experiences reminds me always that more than my fears and difficulties, my life is still a very gift from God, and it finds its meaning when I am connected with God, with myself, with others, and the rest of creation.
Friends, we are here again. The third floor of this college, Emmaus College of Theology. With me it's Violi Magasso. The name is Violet Magasso. It's the administrator of the General Hospital of Zamboanga Medical Center. But for us, it's dear because he's part of Silsilah, Emmaus. Even Violetta is our chairperson of the Silsilah Foundation, so very important. But most important is the heart. And of course, I know many things about her. But I took this book, it's the recent book of Silsilah, Story of Change. And that is a touching story of Yoli, say that Silsilah and Emmaus have been helping her to transform her life. At a certain point, he said, to understand that all people are created by the same God who loves us unconditionally. Can you tell us something about this in your spirit, being part of us?
Yes, Father. Buenos dias, no, for our audience. This is really the reason why until now I'm still with Silsilah, because it is through this movement that I can express that love of God, unconditional love of God, through my conversation and interaction with people of different cultures and religions.
That is important. Of course, as I said before, Yoli is our chairperson of the Silsilah Foundation, and of course a great responsibility. How you feel to be in this position in Silsilah?
It's, as you have said, it's an honor and a responsibility, Father.
Okay, you know, for 37 years we have been journeying, and of course we said a while ago about this building. Step by step we have reached to this, but it's not only a building but the spirit. And sometimes when I think about buildings, I'm happy, but also I'm afraid, and I'm inspired when I can see that there are people like you and other people that move in this direction. You like to say something, because this is the last episode that our summer course, and we interview people committed in Silsilah. What do you like to say to those who listen about our mission of Silsilah?
The mission of Silsilah is really very relevant in our time. And I invite you to be with us in this journey of interreligious dialogue. Because if you want to live in a better world, there is really no way for us to go, but really to dialogue with each other in spite of our differences, and to find a way where we can really truly dialogue and communicate, and spread the news, the good news from God, that we are all loved by the same Creator. And Silsilah really is that one of that few organizations that is really pushing for that kind of movement. And thank you very much for finding the right path through the Silsilah Dialogue movement. We will be in this journey together.
So thank you very much. The next book we will prepare will be another collection. Maybe I will ask to you. The title already we inform our participants summer course. Everyone can contribute. The title will be Love is the Answer. In the midst of so many problems, find solution. We believe that love is the answer. Maybe we'll listen you a story later on about. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you very much. Friends, we are here in front of the Emmaus College of Theology, major in interreligious dialogue. What is this reality? Among the many friends, part of Silsilah, very important in our journey of Silsilah Emmaus, I am with the dean of this college. Yeah, it's Nelly Mupoi. She is the dean of the college, but also is here because she was in the past also the coordinator of the summer course. Nelly, can you tell us first of all something about this college, and now you feel a connection between this college and the summer course because you have been passing all this journey?
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. I am here in front of the Silsilah Dialogue Institute, and at my back is as what Father Seb told us a while ago, the Emmaus College of Theology building. And so personally, I can say that this Emmaus College of Theology is a fruit, is a fruit, and I would say a result of our experience of the 35th years of summer course. This year is the 35th, but the 33 years of this Muslim and Christian dialogue summer courses happened actually in Harmony Village, presentially here in Harmony Village, and for the last 2 years we have this platform via Zoom and virtual presence. And so sharing each other, and of course, learning from each other.
Of course, you see the difference between the virtual
and the presential. Yes.
Remember during the real summer course, the joy, the sharing of the group. But of course, what to do? We are in this reality now, and we have to accept this reality. Of course, one detail for the people to know, this college is only for Christian Catholics.
For Catholics, yes.
Now, why? Because we feel that each religion has to deepen more the spirit of dialogue according to their own religion. Of course, in Silsilah we do for all, and something more specific for Christians. You know that there is a friend, Muslim, who want to do the same for the Muslim. I said, okay, you start the college for the Muslim. We have another dream in Silsilah, the dream to have a group that we call a Jama Dialogue Movement. Means Muslim that are committed in dialogue. And so that is something, a dream. So any message at the end of this summer course? This is the last episode.
Yes, I would like also to say, si Father Seb mentioned about Jama'a Dialogue Movement. And so we also have the Emmaus Dialogue Movement, where this Emmaus College of Theology situated, of course, is situated, and of course considered to be our priority as we accompany, as we form young leaders for the Catholic Church in the mission for dialogue and peace. And I would like to say that this is a new way of mission. A new way of mission for the Catholic Church and for all of us in the society and in the world, sharing in this platform this time, love and hate in Christianity and Islam. So I would like personally to say, continue our journey of living and promoting the spirituality of life in dialogue in our life, in our personal life, family, and in the community for a change, for radical change in the world. Thank you so much.
Salamat kayo. Padayon. Dear friends who are in this summer course, I'm happy to introduce to you a friend, a Japanese friend that I met in the Philippines many years ago, and we remain friends and contact. The name is Sekiguchi, and I like to interview him for our summer course. Sekiguchi, welcome to be with us, and can you introduce first of all yourself and telling us about you something?
Good morning, Father and everyone. I'm Hirotaka Sekiguchi. About when I was mid-30, I started working in Manila. I was one of the staff members of Japan Embassy in Manila. And I was handling some sort of a small grant program with which I was able to support Silsilah Dialogue Movement twice. It was 1999 and 2000, I believe.
More or less,
and since then, I was struck by the motto of Silsilah and decided to support Silsilah, but what I could do was quite limited. But now I'm thinking of writing a book on Silsilah in Japan so that we can promote the basic idea of dialogue in Japan among Japanese. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I understand that thanks to your writing Japan about us, about me, sometimes years ago the Goei Foundation International was interested to the point to give to me a peace award. So I went to Tokyo. It was a beautiful celebration, and that strengthened our friendship. Now, you know that we are doing this summer course, and I'm happy that I saw your name among those of the participants. I know that you are Japanese. I think you belong to a traditional Japanese religion. Maybe you can specify what is the way, and but your heart is with us, and you can give an advice to us in this occasion, no?
Mhm. Well, in 1991, when the three airplanes struck the buildings in the United States, Manhattan, well, suddenly the one of the one terms in international politics became quite famous. It was a struggle. No, it was a crash of civilization. And no one has been able to solve that question. What can we do to that crash of civilization? But here in Silsilah, I thought that I was able to find one of the solutions in small island Mindanao. So what you are doing, Silsilah, is a kind of a cutting edge of this modern time of crash of civilization. And I suppose the one of the core concept of Silsilah is oneness with upper existence, something existing above us, and that true existence sees us one, not separated. So in order to understand how to solve the crash of civilization, I think and I believe it is quite important to understand what that oneness that are guiding us, try to motivate us, guide us, follow the spirit of that oneness. We can apply that spirit to other social program in Japan, because we have a kind of a discrimination against the Korean people living in Japan, or Asian people living in Japan, and African people living in Japan. So I'm now thinking how to apply the spirit of Silsilah to the domestic discrimination in Japan.
Thank you for this journey of Silsilah. We call Silsilah the chain or the link, okay? And I'm really touched of your inspiring points that really Silsilah in some way can be a movement for many. So I will tell the others that this is a challenge. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Okay.
Thank you very much.
The journey to peace was a long and winding road of ups and downs. On this occasion, they also take the time to remember the martyrs who gave their lives in pursuit of peace.
I am very grateful and I am very happy to be here in the Silsilah Dialogue village because I have experienced the living coexistence between or among my Catholic brothers and sisters and Muslim friends here in Zamboanga city. And I have observed the situation and each of them, how much they were engaged seriously in living together, sharing the joy and also the worries we are facing now in the world. And what they have shared to us, what they have done, have been doing in their respective places, it is amazing. And they are really seriously engaged in that. And I am really grateful to experience this huge opening and openness of everyone towards others despite the diversity of our religions and our faiths. And this is what we are looking for to continue in the future. Unfortunately, the Silsilah Harmony Village is not as large as our whole world, but as you know that the big ocean consists also of many drops of the water, and I believe the global village consists as well of many small Silsilah Harmony villages, and these multipliers, the excellent collaborators, they will carry out the spirit from Silsilah Harmony village to their respective places, and they will live out and continue to promote the real peace for in the atmosphere of mutual understanding and mutual respect. I am really very grateful to be here, and I wish to bring the whole village to my place to show the international world this is the real testimony of living coexistence in the plurality. But unfortunately I cannot, but I will give a real testimony of what I have experienced here. Thank you.
Through the years, the Silsilah Summer Course has evolved in many ways. The course has inspired many groups and individuals of different cultures and religions to deepen their faith and have a better understanding of the culture of dialogue as a style of life. The courses help the participants deepen their respective knowledge and experiences of the other faith traditions, which normally includes the teachings and the history of the two religions. Participants were also sent for a family immersion. Thus, COVID-19 is a great challenge for humanity in many ways. But this didn't stop us to continue our mission to help many to understand the importance of dialogue and peace around the world. For 2 consecutive years, we used the online platform to reach out many to be an instrument of peace. We believe that the Silsilah Summer Course is a good occasion to experience and support each other and share how we can serve and be a sign of hope in the society where violence, divisions, and conflicts are visible. This reality invites us to give special attention to conflicts of Christians and Muslims on the international, national, and local levels on the occasion of the 500 years of Christianity in the Philippines. In this critical time, when many are losing hope and are afraid, the Silsilah Summer Course will continue to present our mission of love and solidarity and to inspire many to experience friendship between Muslims and Christians and people of other faiths and religions in appreciating commonalities and respecting differences as we are part of one human fraternity. This is a time when love has to emerge over hate and self-interest, and we will be an instrument of peace in the midst of terrorism and violent extremism. Thank you again for joining us in this 35th Silsilah Summer Course on Muslim-Christian Dialogue, and we hope to see you next year.
The event was a way of reminding them that they are in solidarity with one another through the shoals they exchanged and the lighted candles that signify the passion to keep moving forward. Padayon.
Can warm up in its glowing. That's how it is with God's love. Once you've experienced it, you spread